I read the article. I heard people mention it. I read the article again. Jeff Rust and I had a conversation. I read the article again. Please, I do not understand what is going on in this Panda Express Blazer buy situation.
This is a billionaire not happy with other billionaires situation.
Ooh.
It's kind
rich
of
on rich crime?
So, yeah. So, for those that are wondering, Bill Oram, Matthew Kish at the Oregon Live had a report out last night. A new lawsuit could disrupt the sale of the Portland Trailblazers to a group of investors led by businessman Tom Dundon, according to a media report and a source with knowledge of the lawsuit. So, there is a lawsuit filed in Delaware. And that lawsuit was filed against the Dundon-led group that has agreed with the Allen estate to purchase the Trailblazers for a $4.25 billion
That's what it'll be.
valuation. Raj Sports Holding, LLC, that's the ownership group that currently owns the Portland Thorns and the group that brought back the Portland Fire. They are fighting back, as it were. They are led by Lisa Bethal and Alex Bethal, brother and sister. They want to prohibit the sale of the team to the group that currently exists, which includes the Panda Express founders and CEOs, Andrew and Peggy Churn. They are worth a reported $7.7 billion. If you were wondering, like, when I brought this up, the Dundon group, the money did not add up. I was like, that's not
yeah,
enough.
You were pretty hammering on that for a while.
I was like, the money does not add up here. You do not have $4.25 billion. Do not pass go. Do not, like, you might collectively all be worth that, but you're not liquidating everything and putting every single penny you have into this.
Correct.
So I'm like, okay, so where's the heavy hitter? Where's the big money? And then we found out it's Panda money. It's like, all right, we got some orange chicken money. Cool. But according to this report, this lawsuit was filed in Delaware, and I'm imagining because of the particular laws that may or may not favor the plaintiff in this case.
For sure, it's always like that.
Holdings.
Why do imports always come to Connecticut? I wonder why.
Yeah, it's import taxes. But it's currently under seal, and the original report came from a Law 360, but more clarity is expected to become in the next couple of days as the records become publicly available. My read of this situation, just kind of asking around to see where things are, is that the Raj group, the Bethals, were interested in being the owners of the team in a quasi Dundon facility, right, or capacity, and they probably solicited billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
And
probably a bunch.
And what you do when you do this is like, hey, we know this is up for sale. We want to put our group together. You make them sign binding confidentiality agreements. Like, hey, we came to you with this proposal, this plan. You can't go and be like, hey, I like this plan, but I don't like you.
Right. I'll take this plan
and I'm going to go somewhere
find
else.
Somebody else. Correct. Which makes sense.
But that is at least what allegedly the Raj Group is saying that the Churns did, is that they were brought this deal by the Bethals, and they violated this agreement they signed on July 24th of this year.
Is there a role that could have been played that they did not break that confidentiality agreement?
I'm sure
met
that's
with
what
Dundon and was like, this is a better deal than the one they gave us.
I'm sure that's what they'll try to contest in court. The Oregonian reached out to Dundon's reps with the Hurricanes. They reached out to the Churn family, and then Raj Sports. And again, this is from the article on the Oregon Live. Representative from Raj Sports declined to comment, citing deference to the legal process. The Blazers directed to the Allen estate, and because it's kind of funny. Even though the Allen estate still technically owns the Trailblazers, like the Trailblazers themselves are they technically still work for the Allen estate. But
sure,
like you can't if you're. I'm going to say this, and I love everybody over there. They're in a weird position.
Yeah.
Because, yes, you work for the Allen estate, but do you want to piss off your new potential boss and be like, wait,
My favorite in the article was like, we reached out to the Allen estate for comment, and nobody got back to us. And I was like, you think?
Yeah. Because
nobody's got anything to say.
Well, not only that, it's like they're just trying to sell they're trying to sell the team.
Is there any long-term issues here?
There potential.
Yeah.
Let's say that the Raj Sports Group does win. That would prevent the Churn family from being investors.
So then Dundon would have to go back and find somebody new.
Now, there's certainly a quote-unquote shortage of billionaires in the world, but there's no shortage of billionaires who want to get involved with sports.
No, that is the truth. I mean, we've been talking about this for weeks, months now, that buying a sports team is the coolest thing in the world now.
Great investment.
Yeah.
Good return on money. Now, where this, without knowing anything, this is, let me state this, this is pure speculation. Pure speculation. Without knowing any of the legal holdings or matters that are at play here, I don't know if that invalidates Dundon's bid. Because if that were the case,
I would think it would.
Again, I don't know.
Right.
So if that's the case, do they have to reopen the process? And that's, again, if they end up winning this lawsuit.
Which could then kick this further down the road. And, I mean, is it fair to say maybe Jody Allen wants it to get kicked down the road a little bit?
Well, maybe,
make a little extra cheddar.
Look, it's the situation that happened in Minnesota.
Yeah, it is.
He sells the team for $1.5 billion, and then he realizes, oh crap, it's worth more than twice that. And it drug out for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not my fault you were an idiot. You sold it for significantly below market value.
I think that process was like a 4-year full turn. I mean, once they decided to sell it, then it got drug out for the 2.5 that you were talking about. That is not something that wants to go down here.
No, and the other part about this is like, if Dundon his bid becomes invalid, and let's say the Raj group is able to generate the funds necessary with their own group, do they have to resubmit? And now, like you said, maybe it goes from 4.25 to 4.3 or 4.35, and their bid is higher now that they know what the bar is at. Then maybe they raise the bar ever so slightly, and then if Dundon doesn't have Panda money, he's trying to scramble to find somebody else. Again, there's people out there. It just obfuscates and delays the process potentially. Personally, I don't like this from the Bethalls.
Yeah. It seems a little petty.
If you do this and you lose, remember you're sharing a building with him.
Yeah.
This is not a good start. And again, I get what they're doing, because when you have this money and you have this potential to have this investment, and somebody potentially could have broken an agreement or breached an agreement, you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your assets. That's the way you work when you have this kind of money.
Also, not only are you sharing a building, but you're going to share the next one too.
Yeah. So
that's more important than the Moda Center right now.
Yeah, and it's like this, you have two potential groups who are going to be sharing a building who, if they end up losing, Bethal, the Raj group ends up losing this lawsuit, this is not going to go well. The Blazers have had lawsuits recently. Behind the scenes, the whole Gary Payton II stuff.
That was weird.
With that absolutely fraudulent reporting from Slater and Shams at The Athletic. It was some of the most heinous reporting I think I've ever seen in the sports world, where they lied through their teeth and carried water for an owner. There were full-on lawsuits filed by the Warriors and the Blazers. Mm-hmm. It got bad.
It got ugly.
It got nasty behind the scenes. And it was like, yeah, and it should. And this stuff does happen. The Knicks sued the Toronto Raptors for a former Knicks employee going to the Raptors and breaking into their basketball database, and then they're still conducting trades. It was just very
RJ Barrett deal was going down. Yeah,
OG Anunoby. There's just you're like, this all seems a little incestuous. This is very weird. Ultimately, it's just not a good look for anybody involved.
No, it's a bad look, and also we're seeing this on the text line too. Are they trying to get the city to hate them? That's a dangerous place to walk. I know that some of it's died down a little bit, but Merritt Paulson his name is not well loved in this city.
No,
and Timbers fans have made that very, very clear and very, very obvious. This is a town, whether you like it or not, will hold that and will vote with their dollar.
And that's The rollout for the Portland Fire has not been great.
It has not been great. I agree.
Now, from what I understand, they are doing much better now. They have a general manager in place, and there's hires behind the scenes that are happening that are real and effective. But, they kind of stumbled out of the blocks.
Yeah.
And when you I don't know, man. Part of me sits there and goes, you guys you're not hitting your marks.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep an eye on this, and any other news that comes out, we'll keep you updated on it. Yeah, great article in the Oregonian that I read, and I think I'm very glad I have you here, Danny.
Oh, well, once a week you'll get it.
I read that article 3 times, and I was like, I have no
and
idea
again,
what's going on.
I'm very interested
and
to
I'm not
see-
stupid.
No, I'm very interested to see like when these docs become like the court filings become public.
Yeah.
Okay, like what actually are we looking at? We have a general idea, but timelines, who did what was agreed to, what are the kind of the pushbacks from the churn group, and kind of where does that go? Because then we can kind of have a better understanding of, because right now it's and I'm not taking away from Oregonians reporting, like what they're doing is
No,
great.
I didn't think you were.
But it's like we just don't really know. We have a pretty good idea, I think.
Right.
And that's why I said everything I'm stating right now is speculative. It's based on back and
little
forth
information we have,
and some information that I've gotten from other people that are at least tangential to those orbits.
Sure.